William Whalen here for GetMoreSports.com, and our Recruit and Reload series stays in the Elite Eight, where we talk about the Kansas Jayhawks. Now, Bill Self's team obviously wins yet another Big 12 title, but they lose a lot from last year. What do they lose? Perhaps one of the most important players that program has had over the last decade. A guy who was there forever. A guy who really kind of embodied what KU was about, in my opinion at least. Perry Ellis does move on to the NBA ranks, to the professional ranks, due to his eligibility expiring. And he's obviously the big name that this team loses. I mean, he's the guy who anchored so much of what they did. Wayne Selden Jr. did also declare for the NBA draft, leaving school after 3 seasons. But when you talk about returners, you got Frank Mason, you've got Devontae Graham, 2 guys that can anchor your backcourt and obviously get a lot done for you. Landon Lucas is a workhorse in the middle who I think is going to be very important for them. But I think the biggest storyline for Kansas next year, and really the thing that will determine how high they can rise, how far they can go, whether they can win yet another Big 12 title, whether they can finally make it back to the Final Four under Bill Self, will be the production and the performance of Josh Jackson. He's the number 1 player in the country coming out of high school, pretty consensusly among the scouting services. But a lot of people criticize one-and-dones for going to Kansas because there haven't been a whole lot of explosive seasons out of freshmen at Kansas. Well, it's twofold because Kansas always has good veterans. That is what Kansas is built around. And Bill Self asks a lot from all of his players for basketball IQ. Make the right pass, make the right read, jump to your spots on defense. I don't think Josh Jackson will have a whole lot of trouble with that because he's a very smart player, obviously a very talented player. This is a guy who I think will fit seamlessly into what Bill Self does with the Jayhawks, a team that really should be talked about more as a Final Four threat for next season.